Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet.
This review is brought to you in part by Ryder's Hobby Shops, where the fun begins. Stop in to one of Ryder's 2 convenient Michigan locations where you'll find a full range of the latest hobby products, supplies, parts, tools, and paint.
Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best premium scale model kit reviews on the planet. This review covers the 2017 release of the 66 Chevy Suburban from Revell in 1/25th scale. Revell gives us a skill level 4 for builders with intermediate to advanced skills using glue and paint. This kit is number 854409 in the current catalog, and it's listed as a new release, but you'll find that there are components in here that borrow from the 66 pickup of previous years. Now, the chassis copyright is dated 1996, so most of the chassis and drivetrain is from the old kits. But it has a crisp new body with excellent subject matter, and that should make for an interesting display. Now, let's call it a trans kit, but this has got new box art, of course, and it's a first run for this model. Now, you'll get 124 parts molded in white, clear red, and chrome. The tires are vinyl, and they're not bagged, so if you decide that you want one of these and you're going to build the kit later, open it up and put the tires in a bag so that they don't burn into the plastic. Now, you get water slide decals and 2 different graphic schemes on that, and the instructions are the typical easy to use Revell book format. When you're done, it's approximately 7 3/4 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 3 inches high. Here are the contents of this kit, and as you can see, that's all the parts that came out of the box. Now, some people might call this an open box review or an unboxing, essentially trying to find some words to describe each piece as they pick them up. But actually, you can see all the pieces right here in about 10 seconds. Besides, those reviews won't help you get this kit built, will it? So we're going to show you how to do that. We're also going to explain that we're using Model Master's liquid cement for most of the construction, some super glue where strength is needed, and some white glue for glass. But you should always remember to follow the manufacturer's safety suggestions for any of the products you see here in the review. Here are the decals for this kit. As you can see, they're very colorful and the registry is good. Be aware that the seat inserts will probably require some setting solution from the aftermarket to help those fit in the contours, as well as the larger decals. Sometimes you need some of that to help them settle in and stick well to the body. Pull these parts out of the kit to assemble the motor first, and we'll put together the block, the heads, the valve covers, intake oil pan, and the timing cover, and paint that orange, and the transmission is steel colored. The starter is black and the oil filter is blue. The distributor will be tan with steel, so add that to the back of the manifold there. And then the carb is a gold tone and the coil is black. The oil tube is orange and has a black cap. Now add those two, and the exhaust manifolds are steel and installed. Then paint the belt rubber color with black pulleys, and then add the black fan and aluminum colored alternator and install those onto the motor. Now add the decals to the valve covers. Now locate all the body parts that will need body color paint, and then assemble the body. Attach the front roof edge and the roof, and then add the rear doors, and assemble the sides and the front to the hood. Then install the firewall. Now install the front panel and assemble the radiator shroud, but do not assemble the radiator yet. Now wet sand the body and remove any of the blemishes you find, including any of the parting lines, but they're very light as this is a new tool. So then use a good quality primer and coat the whole body inside and out. Once the primer is dry, wet sand it again, and then once that's done, rinse it off, let it air dry, and paint the roof white. Now, using a good low-tack masking tape, mask off the top half of the truck to protect the white paint. Now paint the lower half of the body your second color. I used an orange that closely replicates the factory color of the '66 Suburban, but it's more recent looking and not quite as dull to give it like a refurbished look for my truck. Now paint the radiator flat black and install that. Now it's time to add your choice of decals to the body, so go ahead and use plenty of warm water to locate those into position, and then smooth them out with a soft cloth, moving any air or water bubbles that are trapped underneath, and position them. Once they're in position, use some of that setting solution to make sure that they mold right to the contours of your body. Let those dry overnight and then give the body a clear coat to bring out the shine. Now grab these pieces, and we're going to give the window glass a treatment with some Pledge floor polish. Just dip it in there, wick off any excess, then let it dry. It really makes it clearer and crisper and keeps it from scratching as easily. Then we're going to take some white glue and install the windows into the body, and follow that up with the mirrors and small pieces there to finish the interior, top of the interior. Now gather these pieces and we'll work on the rear section by using the rear tail lights and the bumper to assemble at this time. Then put the backup lens into their bezels. I wanted to personalize my car, so I printed out my logo in a license plate fashion on an inkjet printer, and then covered both sides with some gloss tape. And then I cut it out to size, and then we're going to use that for the license plate tag. Now you can add your tag to the back of the truck and the license plate recess, and also the tail lights, the backup lights, and the bumper. Gather up these pieces for the interior, and then we're going to start assembly by painting the floor flat black. Then add the pedals, and then the side panels are white with orange trim and black trim and silver handles. The seats are white with the decals. And the dash is white with orange trim and decals. Remember to use some setting solution on those seat insert decals. Now the steering column and the wheel are orange with some silver trim. Now install the seats and the side panels, then the steering column to the dash, and then the dash to the side panel cutouts there, so that that's in position. Now turn the body over and put it on a soft surface so you don't scratch the top. And then locate some gluing points to install the interior into the body. We'll use these pieces next. And the battery is black with steel posts and white with a decal. And then the brake booster is black, and the master cylinder is steel color, and the water bottle is white with black cap. Now install the underhood items into place and add the door handles with super glue. The front suspension gets assembled next, and then use some super glue for the smaller, thinner tie rods, etc. And then the rear suspension and the sway bar are painted black. The frame, the gas tank, and the tire hanger then are all painted flat black. Now the shocks are red or your favorite brand color, and the rim is assembled and painted body color. The exhaust is steel with an aluminum muffler, and the drive shaft is steel colored. Now install the front suspension and the shocks, and remember to scrape off any paint where the glue contact joints are. Then add the exhaust, add the rear suspension, the sway bar, and the shocks. Now assemble the rear tire, white wall, and rim, and install that with the tire hanger on the gas tank, and install the gas tank to the frame. Now add the motor and the drive shaft. Assemble the rims and paint those body color, and give the tires a road-used look by pressing and rolling the tread on a sheet of fine sandpaper on a flat surface. Then install the white wall and install a rim into the tire. Add a hubcap to each rim and add the decal there. With the tire assemblies finished, we'll install them onto the spindles, but especially in the front I suggest you use something to back up the back of the spindle, because it takes a little bit of force to install those. And then go ahead and squeeze the rear tires onto their axle spindles simultaneously to even out the force there. Locate the gluing surfaces for the chassis and remember to scrape off any paint so that it adheres well. Then go ahead and place the chassis into the body. It should basically snap right in and settle in proper position. Now we'll get these parts back out to go back to the engine bay and also the wipers there, and then we'll add those to the underhood items and paint the heater core and the air cleaner black. The hoses are rubber color. The hood latch is body color. And install the hood latch. Then install the heater core and air cleaner with the decal on it. And then add the hoses to the radiator and the motor. Now the mirrors are installed with some super glue as well as the wiper blades up top. I used a black wash to highlight the grill and fill in some of the recesses there. It's a 50-50 wash of paint and thinner, and you just settle it into the recesses in the grill and it gives a little more definition to that. Now add the grill after that's dried to the front of the truck and the bumper to the front as well. This is a stock build essentially, so you'll only have a few extra pieces and some extra decals that were the alternate to the choices that you made, so that's about all you'll have left. This is a great subject matter build, and I'm not aware of another pressing for this particular body style, so it'll be a welcome addition to most collectors' shelves. Everything fit very well. It does have a great overall finish, but just like the old 66 pickup, the hood needs a little bit of massaging to fit well. The center and the back there needs to be thinned out a little bit. Now it looks great when it's finished though, and there's some nice detailing. You could add some aftermarket parts to this and make a contest model out of it. The chassis was pretty straight and built up well, and the fit to the interior tub went as it should, all the pins lined up first time, and the body fit was right on with the interior without any fuss. Now other than that slight hood issue that needs a little bit of attention, this has always been there for the 66, but the tires weren't bagged, so make sure you get that done if you're going to set this one on a shelf for a while. But other than that, a great overall build and a beautiful subject matter kit to put together, so I'd go out and buy one and put it on my shelf. Well, we hope you liked this step-by-step premium model kit review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. But you can find us on Facebook and also at our website www.rightonreplicas.com. Thanks!